Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny and this is Eco and Crafts, and for today's video I've got a list of 10 things that you can do right now straight away to help you live a more zero waste and sustainable lifestyle, and none of these things cost you a single penny to do. I think this is so important. As with loads of kind of trends and lifestyle changes, there's loads of companies now that are giving you lists of things that you need to be buying in order to be living a zero waste or more sustainable lifestyle. It's just not true. You don't need any of these things. You know, a lot of these things are beautiful, nice to have, sure, but to make a start on living a more zero waste lifestyle, you do not need these 10 things. So without any further delay, let's get into the video. So tip number 1 is just use any bottle. You don't have to have a fancy thermos, you don't have to have glass or anything like that. If you've got a plastic bottle, use your plastic bottle. If you already have something at home, just use that. You don't need to go out and buy yourself a 20 quid bottle, especially not to start with. Just make a start and just keep reusing any bottle you have, even if it's meant to be a disposable one. Tip number 2 is to ditch the wipes. So whether this is cleaning wipes or whether this is facial care or cosmetic wipes, you don't need them. Make your own reusables. So for example, for cleaning cloths, I've got so many tea towels and some of them are really old and not that attractive looking. I've cut a few of them up. They're now my new cleaning cloths. I've started to use flannels instead of face wipes, and these are just really simple things you can do without having to spend additional money. If you've got any cotton flannels, for example, you can cut them up into little squares if that's what you like, and just use your normal makeup remover. And that's another thing you don't have to buy. You don't have to buy hand-stitched cotton makeup remover pads. Most flannels are cotton anyway. So that's my second tip. My third tip is to use lunch boxes. So I'm sure you've got some sort of Tupperware or takeaway box or some sort of tin that you had biscuits in. Anything like this you can use to take your sandwich, take your pasta, whatever it is you want for lunch, and you don't have to be using plastic sandwich wrap bags in addition to this. My fourth tip is to use the cosmetic and personal care items that you already have at home. It's so easy when you go out to think, oh, I'll just get a few more of these, or I really wanted to try one of these. And firstly, you're spending money, and that's not what this video is about. But also, it's just additional stuff you don't need. I'm sure if you raid your bathroom cupboards, you will find so many things, whether it's razor blades, whether it's shampoo, shower gel, bath bombs, anything like that. Make a start on using what you've actually got instead of you starting to buy loads of zero waste branded things. Use what you already have at home first. My fifth tip is, instead of buying new clothes, you can go to clothes swaps or organized clothes swaps with your friends, where you all bring some clothes that you're not really into anymore, and you all just take it in turns and share them back out again. And it's a really easy and free way to come away with a brand new wardrobe without having to spend a single penny, whilst also being zero waste. My sixth tip, start to use either more public transport, or ideally start to walk and cycle everywhere, or at least to more places than you did before. Obviously this isn't necessarily going to be an easy one for everyone depending on where you live and where you need to get to, but myself included, I've realised that actually I can walk to a lot of places, I can cycle to places, especially if your city's got like a cycle scheme where you can just rent a bike off the street. It is so easy now to be able to do it, and obviously you're not burning fossil fuels in the process. Seventh tip, start taking a mug with you. Ideally this will be one of those reusable coffee mugs that have got a lid on top. Make it a little bit easier to transfer or transport hot drinks that you've got around, but I'm not going to say you need to go and buy one of these to be zero waste. Loads of cafes now are more than happy if you just bring your own pot mug from home. Maybe it's a tin one that you've been camping with, that's quite a good option. And especially if you're not going to be, on public transport holding them, if you're just going to be, sat at a desk with it, you don't need to have, a fancy keep cup that's got a lid on top. You can just take your own mug, ask them to fill it up for you. Most places just won't have a problem with that. My eighth tip is to take your own cutlery with you. You can get loads of cute cutlery sets, little bamboo cutlery sets, little stainless steel foldable cutlery sets. They're really cute. I'm sure they'd make a great gift for you if you're trying to go more into a zero waste lifestyle, but you don't need them. I mean, how much room does a knife and fork and a spoon take up really? Literally nothing. You could just put them in a little pencil case, wrap them up in a napkin, just throw them in your bag. It takes up no space, and you're not going to be saving any space by buying any of these kits either. We're nearly at the end, guys. So my ninth tip, what's that? Ninth tip is that you should be taking some little carry bags with you so you don't have to buy any plastic bags. And it's so unnecessary that you need to go and buy, jute bags or cotton bags. You'll have some reusable bags somewhere. You get them with everything. You go to any event, you get them. You go to an open day, you get them. You will have some around, and if you don't have any, just ask some friends or family. They will have loads. I have accumulated so many and I've bought none of them. They've all been gifts. They've all been things I've picked up free, left, right and centre. And you don't need to be buying, fancy new bags if you're trying to be going zero waste. You can just use what you've got and throw shopping in there. And my 10th tip is to start accumulating jars and bottles. If you want to go to a zero waste shop, you usually have to bring a container to put the items in, and you can buy beautiful matching jars, with little pump tops and all of this. You don't need to. If you're really bothered about aesthetics, then you don't really have much choice. But if you just want to adopt a more zero waste lifestyle and reuse things that you've already got, just when you've found a nice jar that you think is a good size and you can put some things in there, give it a good wash out and then take it on to your zero waste shop and use that instead. And yes, your cupboard will be a bit higgledy-piggledy, but having a zero waste life isn't about having a beautiful cupboard. It's about reusing what you've got, reducing the rubbish that you've made, and not causing new products to be made or old products to go to landfill. So there you have it, guys. That's my 10 tips that you can do to start living a zero waste lifestyle without having to spend a single penny. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe. I've got a few more videos along the zero waste theme coming up, and if you like any crafting videos, I've got some of those coming out every Monday for the next few weeks. If there's anything else you can think of to help other people out of zero waste things that you can do without costing you a single penny, please comment down below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.